Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to take a few minutes to talk about one of my favorite memories at one of my favorite places. Since I was little, my family and friends and I would always go to our farm to spend the long Easter weekend. And this was always super special because it was a great time to be with the people we love and to come together for a greater meaning, which was Jesus dying on the cross for our sins. It also taught me a very valuable lesson that home is not necessarily a place, but with the people that you love. And with that being said, let me tell you about it. So my parents always had a really close group of friends that all had kids that were all really close with me and my siblings as well. And these were the people that we would always invite down to the farm for Good Friday. And we would have a big crawfish boil. All the kids would be hanging out and running around and having fun. And like James Eunice says, children construct themselves in collaboration with their peers and friends as well as parents. And getting to be with all these different families of different ages and different backgrounds, it really helped me to be able to have good conversations with adults and to have friends of all different types and different interests and ages. And later in the day, after the crawfish boil, we would have a big Easter egg hunt, and my favorite part was getting to sit around with everyone and open up our eggs. And what I took from this was the best part being is that we were sharing these moments with everyone there and bonding with everyone there. And after that, everyone would go home. Sometimes people would come back on Saturday, but always by Sunday, it was just my family and I. And now that I've told you about the first part of the weekend, let me tell you about the second part of the weekend. So, like I said, on Saturday night, it would always just be my family, and this was our time to hang out with each other, whether it's watching a movie or sitting out by the campfire. This was always our designated time to really focus on being with each other and spending that quality time together. And the next morning we would wake up and do another little Easter egg hunt, and then we would go inside to watch the Easter Sunday church service, which most Christians would say that Easter is the most important event of the year, even more important than Christmas, as said in the article, Celebrate Easter with Colored Eggs, Flowers, and Prayers. And people say this because when Jesus died on the cross, he died on the cross to save everyone's sins, which ultimately saved all of us. And this is always a really good way to bring us back to the real meaning of Easter and what we're there for, and to remind us to be grateful for everything that he's done for us. And this was a great way every year to end such a good weekend. But like all good things, they must come to an end. So whenever I was going into my freshman year of high school, my parents had to tell us that we were going to sell the farm, which was really disappointing for me and my siblings. But luckily, my grandparents had a lake house that we were able to host the weekend at the next year. And we were really worried that it wasn't going to live up to every other year had been before. But the lake house had way more rooms than our farm did. So everyone was able to spend the night Friday night, which honestly was such a game changer because all the kids were able to hang out for that much longer and bond that much more with each other. And it was honestly way more fun than every other year, which just ultimately showed me that it's not about the place you're at as long as you're with the people that you love. So ultimately, overall, whether it was a family friend or a relative I hadn't seen in a while, I learned to build relationships with everyone of all types. And it also taught me to not forget about the deeper meaning of Easter and what we were all gathering for. And throughout the years, this really helped me to stay focused on my faith. And lastly, this helped me realize that the true value of relationships does not lie within the places that you are, but it lies within the connection that you have with your people. And these are all lessons that I carry with me today, and I am always grateful for them and the memories I have from this weekend.